Not all curly natural hair is thick, dense, giving lion's mane and just full. Like, that is not the case. And I know this because personally, on my natural hair journey, I had to learn through trial and error. I was going to YouTube and Pinterest like all the girlies do, trying to learn how to do all the twist outs, the braid outs, bantu knots, what have you, only to find out that when I took my hair down, it was giving thin, sparse, nothing but scalp, like no thickness, no density. And when I would do this, I would be like, yo, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with my hair? Why is it not coming out like all these other girls that I see on YouTube and Pinterest? Like, why is my hair like so thin? And I had to learn that my hair wasn't like all these other girls. Like, my hair was fine. I have fine curly hair. And because I have fine curly hair, I have to treat it differently than how all these other girls who have thick, thick hair on YouTube, how they treat it. So if you are like me and you have been trying to like deal with your hair, but it's not giving the fullness like you really want to, you most likely have fine curly hair and you have to treat it differently than if your hair was thick. So if you want to dive into that and find out how to not only take care of it, but how to style it so you and your curls are going to be happy, keep watching. Now, just to get rid of any confusion, when we talk about fine versus thick hair, what we're really talking about is how thick is the single strand of hair on your head, right? So, when I'm talking to my clients in the salon, helping them to identify if they have fine or thick hair, I say, think of your scalp and your hair as a forest, right? So, when you have dense hair, you have a lot of trees in the forest, right? If you have low density hair, you don't have a lot of trees in the forest. So, you've seen a lot of scalp, right? So when you have fine hair, we're looking at those individual trees in that forest. If your trees are skinny, you have fine hair. If your trees are thick, you have thick hair. So you can have thick and dense hair. That's a lot of hair. That's a mane, right? But then you can also have dense hair, but each individual strand is fine. And a lot of people have that. And they get confused because they say, oh, I thought I have thick, coarse hair. Yes, you have a lot of hair on your head, but each strand is fine. And when you have fine hair, you have to treat it differently. No matter if it's a lot of it or not, you have to treat fine hair differently. If you're still confused, I would say go ahead and grab some sewing thread, right? And compare a single strand of hair from your head to that sewing thread. If your hair is around the same size of the thread, I would say that your hair is more normal. It's not thick or fine, it's normal. If it is thicker than the thread, you have thick hair, thick strands, okay? If you have hair that is finer than the thread, you have fine hair. It's very see-through, very thin, you know? So that is just like an easy way to figure it out. All right, so tip number one when you are dealing with fine curly hair is you want to make sure that you are shampooing at least once a week. And that is because when you have fine hair, it is more susceptible to product buildup. And product buildup happens when you are using heavy products like gels and oils and butters and not properly cleansing them off your hair and scalp, that it will just build up. And when you have buildup, it causes dryness, and dryness always leads to breakage. And the thing about fine hair in general is that because it's so thin, it's already prone to breakage because it's not strong enough, you know? So you don't want to also use heavy products because they'll weigh down your hair. So you want to make sure that when you have fine curly hair that you are shampooing. And go ahead and grab a clarifying shampoo at least once a month so you know that you are properly detoxing and resetting your hair at least once a month so that product buildup isn't a thing. And while we're on wash day, that leads us to the next tip when you have fine curly hair is to use a deep conditioner with protein. And that is because, like I said before, fine hair is very prone to breakage. And protein is a natural strengthener, a natural repairer when it comes to fine curly hair. And it also helps bulk it up a little bit. When I want my hair to feel a little thicker, I make sure to get products with protein in it just so that it looks fuller, okay? And you want to make sure that you don't OD when it comes to protein, because protein overload is a thing, and you'll know when you're using too much protein because your hair starts to feel brittle, starts to feel stiff, you know? So when you are opting for a deep conditioner that has protein in it, you want to make sure that it also has moisturizing agents so that you get the proper moisture protein balance. But all that to say, when you do have fine hair, you want to make sure that you have some protein so that your hair not only looks fuller, but then it's stronger. So then it'll be protected from breakage, like daily wear and tear, that like thicker hair can withstand, but fine hair cannot. All right, so you've properly washed your hair and used a deep conditioner that has some protein in it just to bulk up your hair and make it stronger, right? So when it comes time to styling fine curly hair, you want to opt for products that are lightweight. That does not mean gels, butters, and oils like castor oils, because these products are too thick. The molecules are so big that they can't penetrate the hair. All they do is sit on top. And when you have fine hair, that will easily cause product buildup and will weigh down your hair. And then after a while, if you don't properly wash it off, it'll cause dryness, and dryness is a breakage, and then we're not happy, right? So when you look for lightweight products, the easiest way to think about it is products that have more water in them, right? That's because water has lighter molecules, right? And it actually can go into the hair. So you want to use products that are cream based, water being like the first product, the first ingredient, and also spritzes and sprays. Those are lightweight. Those are great for fine hair because it's not going to just like slather on top, you know? It's just going to like literally penetrate and go into the hair and do what it needs to do. So you want to make sure that you are opting for lightweight products when it comes to fine curly hair. Now, I know for us curly girls, we want our hair to be long. We want the waist length. We want our hair to look long even when it's curly, okay? I totally get it. But when you have fine hair, you should really consider keeping your hair short. Now, listen to me, because there's a rhyme to this reason, okay? Because when our hair is long, it gets heavier because there's more of it, honestly. And when you have fine hair, the last thing you want to do is have your hair look limp, flat, thin, like fettuccine alfredo, right? I totally get it. But when you are on a mission to grow your hair so long, that fine hair will start to weigh itself down and it won't have a lot of volume. You'll start to compromise volume for length. So if you want your hair to look thicker and have fine hair, you might want to have it shorter so that it looks fuller. Now, you don't have to do that. That is just like an extra little tip, but it works. My last tip when it comes to styling fine curly hair is you might want to pick it out, right? So when it comes to fine curly hair, we always have to go back and forth on, do I want the definition or do I want the fullness? And if you go for the definition, you have to just like be okay with your hair given scalp. Like the curls could pop, but we're gonna see the gleam off the scalp. Like, and it's okay. Like, if that's what your hair does, that is completely fine and there's room for it. But if you want your hair to look full and thick and just give the illusion, because it's all smoke and mirrors when it comes to fine hair. If you want your hair to look thick, you might want to forego that definition and pick your hair out so that it looks big. This is something that I personally do. You're not going to find me with the twist outs and the braid outs because I don't want to look scalpy. I want my hair to look full. So in order for me to do that, me and a Afro pick are friends. And another little side tip is that you want to opt for an Afro pick that is metal rather than plastic, because the metal is going to give you that volume. If you want your hair to look big, go metal with the Afro pick. Now, if you want some more tips and just help to figure out how to get your curly hair together and build your regimen, go ahead and click the link in my bio for my free Curly Girl Planner. I help you figure out your regimen, your products, all that. And you get more information once you join the newsletter. And I give nothing but gems there for you to pick up and do with it as you may. So go ahead and click the link in my bio and be sure to like and subscribe. Like, hang out with your girl, and can't wait to catch you on the next. Bye.